to transition into our core discussion for today.
Let's get it.
What you was feeling, man?
Nigga said, how was my week? Oh, yeah. Boy. Yo, I feel like I talked about it before. Yo, my daughter be whooping my ass, bro. Nah, for real. Like, bro, like, at first I was scared to talk about it because I thought I was the only one. And then I started hearing, like, more people saying, like, oh, no, that's normal. Like,
yeah, she's terrible twos. You never heard of that?
See?
I've heard that. No.
See?
You didn't think that was real? You thought that was fictitious?
See?
No. Hold up. Yeah, terrible twos. Cool. You bad. I'm saying, like, you do shit. She be having the worst tantrums. I'm thinking, like, it's me. Like, bro, I've
That's
had
very
to, like,
normal.
Listen. This ain't normal shit. Ain't shit know about this. You ever seen I Am Legend?
Mm-hmm.
And remember when Samantha the dog had got bitten by a zombie?
Mm-hmm.
And he had to hold her because she was trying to like bite his face off,
Mm-hmm.
and then he snapped her neck. Bro, I didn't mean to say snap her neck. Listen, bro, I had to hold my daughter in my arms like that because she's having a tantrum. She's trying to literally trying to scratch at my face. She's upset, and I'm sitting here like almost with tears in my eyes because I'm like, yo, damn, man, I think something really might be wrong with my daughter, like because like this isn't normal. I get to talking to everybody else. They're like, man, nah, my kid had the same. And I'm like, whew, I wipe my head because I'm like, I really was scared, bro. Like, I'm like, there's no way that like, it's like, am I doing something wrong? Because I don't know, like she's really like going crazy, like blacking out, just screaming, trying to scratch, trying to fight.
I'm only laughing because I've been there. Like, it's funny because I know, and it's just like you're gonna see it through. There's going to be a transition. You have to put it in perspective. You are, how old you is?
I'm 34.
34. You've been here for a while. You have the language skills to express your emotions, right? You have people that you can communicate with. You have the knowledge of 34 years of existing to understand what's going on with you versus a 2-year-old. Bitch, I only been here for 2 years. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know. I just know I'm angry and I have no idea how to regulate my emotions. On top of that, the smallest things are big things to me because she's not dealing with stress of rent. No, she's dealing with the stress of my toy just fell down. What the fuck? That's the worst thing that just happened to me today. And I don't know how to like figure that out. And when you like change your perspective, it's like that's why I love kids so bad because they're just so perfect to me. Like kids are just a ball of emotions and they don't know what the fuck to do. And to be a parent is to be patient. You have to be like you, and it's a lot. Trust me. When you watch them, and sometimes you just watch them like, what the fuck? Like there have been times my son has, and I'm like, I remember to this day he gets angry about this. Say he building some blocks or whatever, and they knock down before he get to knock them down. It's World War III in this bitch. He is cutting up, and I'm like, are you having fun? Yes. And I'm like, are you sure? Yes. And I'm like, this don't look fun to me. I think you should do something else. No, he's having a blast, and it's like, I don't get it. But
wait, he's crying?
Crying. Like he'll have a whole tantrum. I'm like, let's just play something else. No, this is what I want to do right now. Like, I'm like, okay, well.
See, it's like I'm in this space where like, because I almost had tears in my eyes because like, I want to be there to protect my daughter and I don't want her to be crying like this, but I'm still trying to instill like discipline. So like what happened is it's probably the worst thing to do. I'm learning, right? And that's another thing, side note, this is another thing that I did like about the conversation with Sade, right? I was telling her, I was reluctant on telling her because like, you know how people are in general, like, so I'm reluctant on telling her and she like, man, this is my suggestion, this and that. I already done that before, but I love the fact that it was like a suggestion and not like trying to like point a finger or, you know what I'm saying? And so it gives me the space to be able to learn, you know what I'm saying? Because I got my best interest and I have to learn and that's okay, and let me learn. But anyway, so I'm still trying to instill discipline, right? So what'll happen is, let's say like she's watching Baby Shark or something, and let's say the iPad dies. And then now, this is real life scenario, right? She'll like, I want a Baby Shark, Baby Shark, Baby Shark. I'm like, okay, 1 second. Let's charge the iPad. But she don't understand 1 second, right?
Yeah.
And that's understandable. But now she goes to another level because now she's upset she can't watch Baby Shark. Now I say 1 second. Now she goes from being upset to now she's hitting me and trying to scratch and like yelling. And now I'm like, no. Now it makes her more mad. So now it goes, it's levels. And like as a parent, it's like, I might be handling it wrong because I've tried to, because they say always like redirect, right?
Yeah.
Like you always want to redirect. And I try that. That shit doesn't work for my daughter. It's not all the time. Now, I'm not gonna say it doesn't work, but because sometimes it does. But like once she gets there, ain't no redirection, right? So she like, I want to watch Baby Shark. I'm like, hey, let's paint or let's play with your coloring book. No, I want to watch Baby Shark. Then she get to scratching. Now I'm like, no, you're not doing nothing. And now it goes from here to here to here, and now it's just all hell. But I'm still trying to instill discipline because no, you can't get it. You can't start to scratch and scream and punch and holler because you want it, and you have to understand that. I don't know if it's too soon to teach her that, but it's like, no, as your father, no, you're not about to just start scratching me and get it. So now when I say no, all hell breaks loose. Now I literally have to hold her because she's throwing herself. She's trying to hurt her. She's throwing shit. She's trying to break shit. She's trying to scratch me. And I'm like, yo, in my mind, I'm like, yo, this ain't normal, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I remember just holding her like so she don't like hurt herself or like fucking fuck me up. And I'm just like, bro, it feel like I'm holding like I'm detaining somebody. I'm like, yo, this is like I this shouldn't be happening right now.
Yeah.
Man, that shit is one of the, and I was scared to talk about it because I brought it up, but I never like went into detail because I'm like, I don't want to say it and niggas looking at me like, oh no, you're just a terrible parent. Like,
no, that's the thing. Like I said, you do have to teach them, and I get a lot of. I haven't talked about my parenting style in a very long time because I actually don't. It's not up for debate for me. Like I said what I said, so I don't really bring it up a lot, like on TikTok or whatever. But I would consider myself to be more of the quote unquote gentle parenting style. And when you say that, a lot of people have this reaction of like, oh, you let your kid do whatever the fuck they want to do. I beat my kids. Okay, bitch, I don't care what you do. Like, fuck. And a lot of people have this misconception that gentle parenting is like, you let your kid do whatever the fuck they want to do and they don't have the rules. And it's like, absolutely not. Actually, I have a lot of very, very strict boundaries. I don't play certain things. Like you're not about to hit me, right? That doesn't mean I'm hitting you back necessarily. It's more so like it takes a lot, in my opinion, it takes a lot more patience to not hit your kid.
For sure, hell yeah.
Because that's the quickest thing to do. Pow! And I know that because I was a child that was hit all the time. And it's like, you just hit me. You don't even know what the fuck. You don't even know why you hit me. It's because you're impatient, and it's the quickest thing to do. And so it takes a lot of patience to not hit your kid and to say, okay, I am going to go out of my way to do more instruction. Yes, it's a lot more conversation. Yes, it's a lot more streams. Yes, it takes a lot longer. But I know what the other side of that could be, right? And so for me, it was a lot of I'm holding my kid's hands because you're not about to hit me, and I'm gonna keep saying that you're not gonna hit me. No, you're not gonna hit me every single time. What? And I'm holding them hands down, right? So same thing like you're saying, you have but also you have to think about, calm their nervous system down. I do a lot of breathing stuff with my son. So if like he gets to hyperventilating and doing all that hoopla, first of all, I can't. Okay, I can't. I'm grabbing him. I'm looking at him. You want to take some deep breaths? So now he's to the point now because I've done it so much to him. I'm like, take some deep breaths. He knows exactly what that means. And
They creating a routine.
Yeah.
Exactly. So now he knows how to do that. And I'm like, you okay now? And he go play.
Yeah.
Sometimes sometimes you do need to go sit down in your room and just cry that shit out for a second.
Yeah. It's been times where like, and that's why, and this is one thing I am happy about the separate like households because like, it's hard to have this conversation because I don't want to feel judged, but it's like sometimes she'll do it and I'll just let her have her little episode like, bro.
Yeah. Sometimes you have your episodes too, though. That's the thing. Like, it's the same thing as like if you were really angry and you cuss somebody out, or you just like when you driving and you cussing somebody out, or I don't know whatever the adult equivalent is to having a breakdown. Like sometimes you just gotta cry that shit out, and sometimes like you just let them have it, and when in hindsight you realize it really wasn't that long.
Yeah,
and it then just was annoying.
I guess it's not that long, but that's why I say I don't be thinking it's no. It'd be like 35 minutes, bro. Just like rage. I'm like, bro, what the hell is going on? Then I'll be like, eventually, or like after 10 or 15 minutes, usually it won't be that long, but the bad ones will last that long.
Yeah.
I'll be like, you want some water or something? Then she'll be like, yes. and then like I was like, you want a snack or something? Yes. But again, I try not to like reward bad behavior. It just is what I'm learning myself. But I try, like, I'm not going to give you a snack if you if she was like, I want crackers, and I'm like, Alana, you just ate, or like I want a snack, and like it's 10 o'clock, and I'm like, no, and you want to get like, bro, no, I'm not giving you a snack just to shut you up. I'm sorry, and it could probably make it easier, but I don't know if I'm being arrogant. It's just I don't want to reward bad behavior, and I need you to understand that what you're doing right now is not right, and you can't get rewarded for this. Maybe I'll learn. I'm making it hard for myself. I don't know, but
I mean, it sounds on par with what should be happening. Like you're the adult, so it's like it's gonna be some hard decisions, and it's like it is easier sometimes to just shove the iPad in their face, like just shut up real quick, right? But then like. Yeah, that works, and I think that makes sense. Like if we're, out out in public, at a restaurant, like like I'm not finna have this. I'm not finna do my whole breathing exercise. Get that iPad and hush for a little second. But when we're at home, when I have the time to like actually go through with a full parenting, thing, like and it's one of those things. It's trial and error too. Like maybe this won't work, but maybe this will work, and it's just that thing. But also. She's 2. It will start to like ease out.
My
Like
line brother said that because he was over here while she was having one of the little episodes. I'm laughing because like my daughter was doing the same thing for me. I'm like, hell no. He like, yeah, bro, the same thing. Because I'm thinking it's just me, right? Yeah. He like, yeah, bro, the same thing. I'm like, all right, I feel a little better. And I talked to Alex, like his people said the same thing. Because I'm really thinking like, bro, it can't be. Like, I understand terrible twos, but this is beyond terrible. Like, this ain't terrible. Like, this is whatever the word after that. Like, this is that. Like, if we had, I don't know, like the what was the shit called? The Yu-Gi-Oh! You got, not Yu-Gi-Oh!, but like the Goku and shit like that. You got like Saiyan and then Super Saiyan. This is that. Like, this ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is Super Saiyan.
And really, my son's was delayed because when he hit 2, I'm like, oh, terrible 2, he cool at 2. 3, I said, oh.
Somebody told me 3 was worse.
I said, oh, God.
It's interesting because when I was doing research on it, because when you were talking about it, I was like, like it's just, I just started deep diving into like the psychology of a child, and it was talking about like the frontal cortex and how like that's where you develop self-control. So it's like that part of your brain to be able to regulate your emotions, to be able to like time, like that was the number one thing that I had to, like you said, it was interesting when we were talking about it because it's like, dog, they can't grasp time.
They do not grasp
time. So like
at
you
all.
say 1 second or 1 minute, in their mind it's like, no, but I want it now.
Yeah.
And the weight of, again, understanding that, okay, the iPad died. So now you have to plug in the iPad. So it's going to take a minute for it to turn back on and everything in that capacity. Their mind doesn't see that. So it was just interesting because when it was breaking it down, it's just like, yeah, no, this is very normal. But one of the things that I did see is like teaching emotional regulation. Sometimes you have to let them create that space for them to feel comfortable. But it was tough for me to hear that because I was like, so how do you create those boundaries? And is it fair to create boundaries with a child at the age of 2, right? Because it's like, okay, you want to be a parent, but then you also want them to be in a place where they're able to express themselves and they don't feel like later down the line, like I can't show my emotions. So I was just curious because we talked about it a little bit. It's just like, how do you create that boundary? But then also still leave room for them to be able to express themselves. You talked about the breathing exercises. But like at this stage, when it's like you're in the midst of the fire, it's easier said than done.
I tell her ass, no, I'm holding her. Like, because you're not getting it. Like, and it just be hard for me because I'm holding my daughter while she's like really like going Super Saiyan on me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Samantha and I Am Legend, like trying to spike my face off. Like, literally, bro.
I used to sing to him sometimes. Like, there's different things. Like, and again, it's one of those things, it's trial and error. You have to figure out like what can I do to distract? Because it's a distraction thing as well. Like, so I would cross them arms because because them little hands,
they move quick,
boy,
and they hurt. And be like, damn, what the hell? Like, why you got
and she
some
be
strength?
just scratching. I'm like at my face, I'm like,
yes. And so the thing is like, there's compression. So that compression actually does something to them. It gives them a sense of comfort. So I'm crossing arms and do a lot of compression.
Nah,
so
my daughter.
It's sensory. You think it doesn't, but it does.
She does what a crazy person would do.
Because it's at first, because you're restricting. So it's
she be
gonna
like
do
trying
that.
to. It gets worse. Like, she get and you can see the little vein in her. I'd be like,
helps.
yo.
That's why a lot of infants and newborns, you get those weighted blankets, those things, because that compression, it absolutely helps their nervous system. So I'm crossing arms and I'm holding him tight, and sometimes I would just start. I'm not giving the tantrum attention. I would start humming, or I would walk around the house with him. I would just start talking to him, like, and eventually, like, it's not an instant fix, right? It's gonna take a minute, but the more I did that, the more he would start to kind of like calm down. Then when you can feel them start to like relax a little bit, then I would start to relax with my holding, and then I would start to talk to him like, oh, do you want to like not about the tantrum, right? And then once that was completely done, then I would be like, are you okay? Do you like, what's wrong? Then I would ask what's wrong. And then they can kind of more, because asking them like in the middle, good luck. They ain't finna tell you.
I remember I was, it's funny because like, I used to be like nervous of like what people thought when I'm in public. Cause like, I can't take her nowhere. Cause like, once that's why I don't, it feel like I'm so isolated. I say I can't take my daughter nowhere, bro. Cause like the moment she feels something, she get to screaming like it ain't nothing. Like ain't no of me. I remember trying to take it to like the Bel Air like interview thing. Boy, I had to be outside because he's screaming, just yelling, crying. So I'm like, man, I remember I was at Popeyes and like I had to like outgrow this like caring about what other people think because it's a fucking toddler, bro. So I just remember she's hungry. So like Popeyes at American Deli. She's hungry. So like I'm waiting for the food and she's like, I'm hungry. Like she's trying to like I'm like, Alani, like it's coming like. And she's just screaming, and I'm just sitting there. I'm just like, I don't care. Like, you will cry. I don't give a fuck what nobody in this motherfucking mall think. It's my daughter. She's 2 years old. You feel me? And I remember, like, getting the food, having her have some. She stopped crying. And the one dude is like, wow, you so patient, bro. And in my mind, I'm like, nigga, what the fuck else am I doing? I'm gonna whip her ass right here in front of all y'all.
And now you're gonna say I'm abusing my child and everything.
Like, I don't have no choice, nigga.
Like, what y'all talking about?
Like, well, thank you, but I mean, really, nigga, like, what the fuck am I do? Like, but I was talking to somebody else, like, sometimes, like, people, like, they'll take their kid in the bathroom where they'll leave. Nah, you do that, right? And if somebody else got something to say, I'm a toddler.
But it also, like, your judgment for parenting changes too, because before having a kid, like I would be like, badass. Now I'm like,
yo,
I ain't saying shit, baby. I get it,
nigga.
I get it.
And one thing, funny, niggas be so insensitive. I used to be one of them, right? Like, you know how like you see parents go on Instagram and cry and like ask for help or whatever the case may be, and people be like they judge them. Man, listen. If I see a parent on Instagram crying about whatever their kid is, whatever they going through,
express yourself.
You know what I'm saying? Because I understand, like,
it's hard.
How dare you have something to say about these motherfuckers?
I think it's also clear in those instances they clearly don't have a community, and so it's like my heart goes out to them because parenting is very difficult, especially when you're one of the first ones in your circle. Like I'm the first one amongst my best friends to have a kid, amongst my siblings. Like it's isolating, and so. Thankfully, I had a friend of mine who was pregnant around the same time, and like it's like the only person I could reach out because like for one, I'm not asking my parents, no shade, but whatever y'all was doing, I don't do that, and I also it's just a lot, right? I can't really ask my friends because again, they don't have kids. I can't ask my siblings because they don't have kids, and it's like it's an isolating thing, and it can that amongst dealing with the kid itself. Oh, it's a lot.
I don't got shit to say about nobody express like people be like they be so judgmental, like people on social media expressing themselves about their kids and crying. Like I think it was just this one lady that was on Instagram talking about she was crying because somebody had asked about Christmas and her child was like, I'm only getting 7 gifts or something like that. And like y'all judging her crying about it, like, nah, bro, like that probably hurt. Like y'all have no idea how I feel when you doing everything in your power to like take care of your child and they looking at it like I'm only getting 7 gifts. Like, nigga, them 7 gifts is hard to get. You know what I'm saying? So, no, I don't got no judgment. Like, my heart goes out to all the parents.
I do have judgment still, no shade. Like, I can still... there's some parenting things that I judge on. I ain't gonna lie. Because I'm like, okay, well, now, hold on. As hard as parenting is, and it is very hard, it be some parents out there that I judge still. And I'm
like
not,
what, though? Like, I mean, not showing up?
I mean, yeah, I think that's obvious. Like I'm talking about the parents that are, for one, them parents that beat their kids' ass and put it on the line online.
Oh yeah,
I think that
that's unnecessary.
It's you suck.
That gotta be like some sickness that like you want attention or like you want to. I don't understand that. Like,
it's weird.
Yeah, I don't understand.
there's a ton of things that I've seen online with parents, and I'm like, that's odd, and your kid is gonna hate you when they get older, and you deserve that because some of the things that you are doing right now, you're leading them to that.
Yeah.
And so I'm not gonna just say I don't judge any parenting. I do. I absolutely do, and I won't stop.
I'm saying I'm not judging like the crying out for help.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Like nah.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting though, because y'all were talking about you only have one child, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know you only have one child, but it was interesting because I was talking to my sister, and obviously the kid is a newborn, so we'll see how he's going to develop. But she was basically comparing him to like her first pregnancy, even though it was years ago, and she was just like, "Bro, it's day and night."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like he doesn't cry, like nothing. Like he's just emotionally, he's there, he's present. Like he might whine here or there, but it's very easy. And I remember talking to one of my homegirls, and you know, her youngest child now is 2, and I think her oldest was like 8. She was just like, when he would have his meltdowns and temper tantrums and everything in that capacity, she would look at him like confused because her first experience with her child was like very easy. Like she didn't have terrible twos. She didn't have the temper tantrums and everything in that capacity. So one thing that I when I was doing my research about the 2-year-old, I was just like, you know, during that time, it is about the expression, you know, and what I found and when I was doing research is just like their brain development. So the child that is more advanced, quote unquote, that is able to express themselves and tell you how they feel, there is less of a factor for them to have a temper tantrum or something in that capacity because they feel like their emotional needs are met. But then when you're talking to a child that like they can't really fully express what they feel, they just know like I'm mad, I'm angry, this is how I feel. There's more likelihood for them to have that temper tantrum or something in that capacity. But it was just interesting because I'm looking at it, I'm like, there has to be some type of genetic code or something that's going on because what is the difference? Because the parenting style didn't change. You know what I mean? Like, yes, the gender changed, right?
Yeah,
but
like it's really just different kids.
From
like
the beginning, from the womb, you're different. You're not.
Yeah,
So.
You know, there's a saying that no child has the same parents.
Yeah,
I think it's the same thing. Like no parent got the same kid or something like that. I don't know. It's just always gonna be different. Like me and my siblings, although we are of course very similar, like all the things, we are so completely different. It's insane. So it just be like that. Like it's a whole different genetic makeup. That's a whole new child. It's also going to be a completely different pregnancy. I be telling my doula clients too, like whatever pregnancy you had before, like I'm not saying completely throw it out, but this is a new pregnancy. You ain't no telling what's about to happen to you. Let's treat it as such. And I think you should also treat each kid as such too. Like you can't just give, it's not a blanket, thing that you could do with each kid.
So shout out to learning new things.
Yeah.
Jamila's a doula.
I didn't
Did you know this?
Like, y'all didn't know that?
Yeah, I didn't know
You're
that.
a doula? Like, what does that consist of?
Well, I assist women give birth.
Like water births? Like they be in a...
I actually haven't had a water birth yet, but it could. Whatever. My goal is to help them achieve their goals in labor and delivery, whatever those goals may be. So if your goal is to have an unmedicated birth, let's do our best to try to get you to that. If your goal is to labor at home for as long as possible, let's do what we can to do that. My job is to help prep them for labor and delivery because the majority of people have no idea what goes on with labor and delivery. Yeah. Also assisting them with their pregnancy as well. Like what are some things that you're dealing with in your pregnancy that I can assist with, whether that is, the morning sickness, whether that is those aches and pains. I can come through to your home, help you do some specific stretches to kind of help those aches and pains because it's a...
Yo, speaking of that, bro, I know we got a couple more minutes. You had your child here.
In Georgia? Mm-hmm.
Atlanta is probably, I only got one kid I know, but it gotta be the worst place to have a kid, bro.
Let me tell you something.
Bro,
really?
They was sick, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to fight these doctors,
Was it Northside?
It might have been, is that in Midtown? Nah.
Emory.
Grady?
Emory.
Midtown? Oh.
Bro, oh my God, bro.
Let me tell you something about Emory Midtown.
Bro, listen when I tell you, bro, like I think they gave us a date, and then when they gave us a date, we went in there because like she was pregnant, like past her due date or whatever. They gave us a date to induce her or whatever. We had to sit there. We got a date. Why not just give us the date for tomorrow or the next day? We had to sit in the fucking waiting room while she's pregnant, uncomfortable chairs. for like a day, bro.
Was she
like
having contractions?
hours, bro. No, but that's the thing. That's why they gave her a date to get induced or whatever. But we literally in the waiting room for like hours. Like it had to be like 10 hours. It was a long time. Then we get in there and like the doctors are acting like they don't know what's going on. Like as if like they confused why we here. Like, nigga, y'all gave us the date. Nigga, like, what are you? And then we still had to wait in a fucking what is it called? The room, not like in the room when we had the room, like in delivery, I guess.
Yeah.
For another, it seemed like a long time, like hours, bro.
Yeah.
Like why did y'all could have just pushed it out 2 days or something? Because at this point we've been in here for so long, bro. That shit was terrible. I ain't gonna lie.
Labor and delivery is a field that has so many issues, which is why I advocate for doulas. I think every pregnant person needs to have a doula, absolutely, because there are so many things that go on that you're just not gonna know or be aware of. I mean, we can go into the fact that Black women are 3 to 5 times more likely to die in child labor than white women. There's systemic issues. There's a lot of things. There's so many things that go into it, and it's a whirlwind of things. And I mean, Atlanta, of course, has its things, but it's not just Atlanta. It's the country.
For real?
It's the country.
Because that's my first time experiencing it, bro. I'm like, it can't nothing be worse than Atlanta, bro. No. Like, that shit was bad, bro.
But specifically, like you said something, I remember we talked about this with, Spike Lee's wife. Like, she's a huge advocate for, like, Black maternal health and awareness and everything in that capacity. And you just said the statistic, but it's kind of like this stigma that Black women can handle more pain or something in that capacity.
Doctors,
so like,
there are some doctors that truly believe that Black people don't feel as much pain as white people.
Yeah, so like they let you endure certain things, or they feel like, oh, okay, you're fine, unless you're telling them that like you're at a 10. And it's ironic that we're having this conversation because like this week, my sister had to go to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? Like her blood pressure, because she was in her 40s, so she had to have a C-section. You know, so when she came home, she was fine, and when I think she had a bad headache after our Christmas dinner. And I was like, she called me at 7 a.m. She was like, yeah, can you bring the key down? I didn't know she was going to the ER. So she goes to the ER. And that was one of the things that I was talking to her about. I was like, yo, make sure that you are overly vocal about how you feel. Because like, if you're just telling them that it's just a minor headache or something in that capacity, they're just going to look at it like, give you some pain medicine or something in that capacity. They take her blood pressure. Her blood pressure was 189 over like 112 or something like that. Damn. So it's like crazy, right? But she just had a headache. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you have to be really, especially as a Black woman, like and a Black man, you know what I'm saying? Like very much like focused on it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because like any details that you miss or something in that capacity could lead you down that pipeline of morbidity, and it's unfortunate.
Yeah, because I was going to say some of those, and it's tricky because a lot of the symptoms for like post-eclampsia or any of those things.
And she said that. About that. Yeah,
they're kind of minor. Like you can miss them if you're not vigilant. But also the thing is, if you're still in the hospital, those things should be red flags regardless, even if you miss it, right? But whatever. And those things can be very deadly. Like you can die from low blood pressure because that can mean that you're bleeding out. Like it's a lot of things that happen. Like labor and delivery is not just pushing that baby out. That's the least of your worries, pushing that baby out.
It's like women that gotta go by themselves. Like, I'm just imagining, like, if I wasn't there, bro, like, if people like really gotta give birth by themselves, bro. Like, if I wasn't there, like, I think they changed doctors. It was just so much bullshit. I'm like, yo, what's going on, bro? Like, man, that shit was bad. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I don't wish that on nobody. Yeah, that shit was bad. And but I think about it. When I look back on the pregnancy, on the labor, I never forget when I see my daughter head, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, that's one of the best feelings in the world. I don't want to get into this. We ain't gonna get into this. I can't see how people like walk out on their kids, bro. Especially if you was there, mother or father, bro. There's no way I can see my child come out, bro, and like not be there for life. Like, I don't know. Like, that's one of like that feeling is different, bro. You can't even put words to it. Like, I'm saying, it's nothing. It's no amount of words or emotions that I can even put to it. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, even if it was a word, that wouldn't even be half of the feeling off. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it's a very it's euphoric. It's very surreal. Like,
yeah, it's surreal.
because I also saw my son come out. I had that mirror right there. Yes, put that mirror right there.
You can have a mirror.
You absolutely can.
Yeah, you can have whatever
I
you want.
said I need a mirror. I need to see this. Yes, I said And I would have to. We would need a whole other episode to tell you about my actual labor experience, but. Just know it was stressful. It was a lot happening, a lot of craziness, and so to finally, Northside Hospital, Atlanta, yes.
And I think people told me to go to. I think they said that was the better one. I think.
So,
I don't remember.
It's one of those
her
things.
nose just flared. That's how you know she's triggered. Like,
listen, again, I could talk for hours. We don't want to get too deep into this unless this is what you want to talk about today. But seeing my son finally come out of after all the things I had endured. It's the biggest relief that you could ever feel. You're like, oh my God. And then it's like seeing him come out, I'm like, oh my God, he looked just like me. That gag. Oh, had my face immediately. I already knew he had my face from the ultrasound. I seen them lips. I said, that's me. Them lips and that nose, that's me all day. So to see that come out of me, and I'm like, dang, I did that. Like, wow. Like that's a feeling that cannot be duplicated. And even though like it was a lot, it's just like I do it again. I do it all over again.
That was probably one of the best feelings, man. That shit, man, God is good. Boy, man, that shit felt so good.
Shout out to women that have natural births, because y'all.
Is it still? It's like if you have an epidural, it's still considered natural or no? How does that? Because people say it's not, but man, you still push that motherfucking baby up.
You know, as a doula, language matters. What I would call it is a vaginal delivery.
Oh, okay.
I say that because when we go into natural versus unnatural, it's a whole other.
That's when you're talking about the pool.
It's just
no doctor.
Imagine telling a woman that she didn't have a natural birth. You know, it's just a weird paradigm. Okay. And so I think language matters, and I try to use specific language because there is a lot of trauma associated with women who have to have a C-section. And so I think that going the natural versus unnatural is not necessary.
Yeah, it's not even. It's not necessary.
So I typically change the vocabulary that I use. Some people still use, like, if you want to say that you had a natural birth, go for it. But as a doula in the space, I am very like intentional with the words that I use, because I don't want people to feel like their experience was less than or didn't matter, because a C-section is nothing to play with either. It's a baby,
and especially emergency C-section. I think I was in the hospital, and they
it's scary,
and they had to like. Bro, literally,
it's
like
very scary.
It's like they stopped everything.
Yeah,
they rushed like as if like somebody about to die. Like I remember being in the hospital,
because they are,
and like being in the hospital. I think the I don't know, parents were like sitting next to us or something like that, and you know they let the husband go back or whatever, and they like they like everything stops.
Yeah,
like something happened. We gotta rush it into delivery room. We have to have this the C-section, and it's like a whole thing. And I'm like, that's if I'm.
Yeah.
I'm getting chills thinking about it, bro, because
emergency C-section, and it was so scary because, again, if an emergency C-section has to happen, I want you to know that like that's a decision that happens in a matter of minutes.
Yes.
And you're right, everything has to stop, and it's like we damn near don't have time to prep, and it's like we're prepping while we're telling you what's about to happen. Everybody and they're being pushed out. I'm talking about they had to rush her, and it's like. And I'm just sitting there waiting. And it is very, very scary, because if that happens, that means something is wrong.
And then, like, being pregnant, like, I wasn't pregnant, but, like, even, like, just being with my wife at the time, like, she's pregnant. You see somebody go through that. Imagine how that make you scared. Like, bro, that.
Because of anxiety and all that stuff.
Bro, that shit, I ain't gonna lie, that shit ain't no joke. And I'm not even a woman. Like, that shit, I can only imagine what, like, she was going through. I'm just here. Like, literally, I'm just here.
Yeah.
Man, that shit's crazy, boy. That shit's crazy.
I learned a lot today. I learned that natural versus unnatural is a thing. I didn't even know that. Like, it's a negative stigma attached to it. Learned something new today.
Unnecessary, like you said.
Yeah,
I was gonna ask you, it's been having a kid already, right? You know they say you're not supposed to eat because you can shit. You know what I'm saying, like that.
That's not why they say you can't eat.
I thought they said it because you like if you pushing you will shit.
You want to know the real? Yeah. You gonna shit regardless.
Oh, I thought that's why.
That's not why they say you can't eat. Again, what conversation we having today? Because
childbirth is crazy.
No, because I was gonna ask you, like, would you rather, if you got a man with you, right? Like, him sneak you food so you can, because you be there for hours, you be hungry as fuck,
so
you can't
again,
eat.
that's not why they say you can't eat. That has nothing to do with it. They typically advise you, and I use that specifically because you can do whatever you want to do when you're in the hospital. You do whatever you want to do. They advise you not to eat at certain points because of the possibility that you could have a C-section, right?
Oh.
And if you have a C-section, which is surgery, there is a risk for aspiration, which is where your food comes up and it goes into your lungs.
And then you can suffocate.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
However, even if you were to go into a C-section, the risk of you aspirate is extremely, extremely, extremely low, because usually if you're going into a C-section, you're going to have an epidural. You'll have time to have an epidural most of the time, unless it's one of those, it's a stat C-section, which means they're going to have to put you under. That's when you're at risk for that. But you can eat during labor.
Oh. You say you're going to shit regardless?
I mean, not everybody. Like, I don't think she should it. I don't think. I seen the good, the bad. I seen it. And I ain't give a fuck. I'm here with you. We trooping together.
The thing is,
I'll wipe it up for you.
You wouldn't know because nurses are there. And as soon as they wipe that shit so fast. But the reason I say that is going to happen regardless is because, let's think of it logically. That baby is coming out of your cooch, right? What's right up under that coochie? Yeah. That anus.
I low-key, no cap. No, hold up. Nah, I low-key helped give birth. No, I swear. I wish I had the record. You can ask her. I swear. I was there. They was asking me to help. I'm like, I was mad. My temperament. I was super hands-on.
You was holding them legs?
Nigga, I was hands-on.
Period.
I was right there because I'm
be.
telling the doctors, like, yo, we need this. I swear to God.
With me, you gonna help.
Yeah, I was hands-on.
I puts the boys to work.
I fuck around, might have caught the baby. I gotta act like I swear, I'm not making this up, bro. I swear I was
at Northside or at Memory.
Yeah.
Okay, period.
I swear, like I'm not making this up. Like
that's not abnormal. I'm not denying that you.
I was not fucking around.
They put you in, like, they had you in a gown and all that, like,
might have, bro. I was not fucking around, bro. I was not playing. I was not playing.
I didn't know that you could be that close during the experience.
Depends.
Even if you can, I'm there.
There's some hospitals that have really strict, like, liability, like, no, you can't. But sometimes they'll guide you in catching the baby, because again, baby drop, everybody in trouble. So it's like they want to make sure. So sometimes they'll help guide you to kind of like catch the baby and everything like that. Just listen.
Nah, I was mad.
There's so many choices. You have choice. That's what I was
there. Thugging. What y'all think about? Oh shit.
Go ahead.
I guess we going to the term. What y'all think about it was a meme going around or a video going around where the guy, he just his wife or girlfriend just delivered.
I already know what you about to ask.
And he had the game there. You seen that?
Yes.
How you feel about that? He had his game system.
Go ahead.
I don't see why y'all dragging it that bad. I feel like, bro, and I seen this in the comments, and I think I ain't mad at this take. I'm like, he was there, right? They're like, that's the bare minimum. Why are we even talking about that? Okay, cool, fair. However, I still think that matters. Like, yo, like, it ain't nothing else to do. You want me to just lay and be bored? I don't even have no bed. I gotta lay on a chair. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's wrong with me playing a game?
I think it just depends. There's a whole bunch of different labor scenarios. So it depends. There's labor scenarios where you're going in for an induction, which is its own thing, but an induction can last for days.
Yes.
An induction can literally last for a couple days. And I tell people to prepare for a lot of these things. Like, go ahead and bring your laptop, bring your iPad, because you want to watch some stuff, right? Yeah. So I don't necessarily have an issue. I don't have an issue with bringing a gaming system at face value. However, don't bring it in there for the assumption that you ain't going to be doing nothing. Bring it in there for, the downtime for sure. Because there can be downtime. I'm not going to act like there's not downtime. There is, right? Mm-hmm. But I also think that you need to go into labor as a partner with the intention and assumption that you are there to assist.
For sure.
And you are there to advocate. And you can't advocate and assist if you're only focused on being on that game the whole time. And if a nurse comes in, you need to put everything down and be listening to what the fuck's going on.
No, you're right.
If she's contracting and you can tell that she is having a difficult time, you need to put that fucking game down.
Yeah, I said, well, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, that's a great point. Like, cause you have to be aware, bro. Because, man, these doctors, bro.
So, wait, I'm trying to understand. Like, this is while she's in labor or after she delivered the baby?
No, labor is...
Labor's long.
Yeah, it's like labor isn't just her having a child. Like, labor is once you get in the hospital. I mean, the
it's
room.
when you start having contractions. You can start laboring before you even get to the hospital.
Yeah.
Labor is a very long process. Yeah, it's a long thing.
Yeah.
So he was on the game.
No, so that's what I'm saying. Like labor, not even like, and you can correct me because you're here. Like, because sometimes if you get induced, right, you might not be having you might not have contractions because that's why you get induced. Like, because you probably passed your due date, whatever the case may be, right? So, like I said, we was in it. I swear, I feel like it was like a couple days. I can ask Shadi, but it was a couple days. I feel like, but that whole time, like she wasn't having contractions at the time, and then you have to be, I think it's dilated or something like that, a certain centimeter, some shit like that. And if you're not, it's a waiting game. Like they try to wait, and they can force it, but they try to wait so you can have it on your own, right? So that whole time, like you're waiting because think about it, it wasn't. I don't know the terminology. Like it wasn't 7 centimeter or whatever it can be. It wasn't that
dilated.
Yeah, I'm trying to like explain it. So it wasn't that before we got here. So that's the reason why we're here because it wasn't that. Because if it was that, then you would be having your child, right?
Yeah.
So now we're waiting. So your waiting is literally like you would be home. Yeah, we're just in the hospital.
And that's why I say it depends on the scenario, right? Yeah. Because if it's a scenario where, you know, your bags are packed for hospital, right? And I go into labor or my water breaks and we're going in and it's like we need to leave now. And your first instinct is to first let me pack my game.
That's insane.
It's crazy, right? But like I tell them like pack what you want in there. So if you want to pack like a little Switch or something like that, you know, the little Game Boy or whatever, cool. For you to think in your mind that you have all this time to pack your game,
that's crazy.
It's like, where are your priorities? But like I said, if you know you're going to be in the hospital for a long time and you have time, because
they tell you,
go ahead and prep and plan. Then I don't have an issue with that. But like I said, it's not. I ain't gonna just say blanketly, everybody bring your games.
Yeah.
You can watch the TV and you be all right. Like
they tell you,
you ain't gonna be in there that motherfucking long.
Yeah, no, but now, like you said though, even if you are though, you do have to be attentive, and especially now we add nuance to it because like if you got earphones for your gaming system, like no, you shouldn't. I just wouldn't suggest you have a whole fucking.
Yeah, we ain't talking.
Like
we ain't on.
You
We ain't
online.
online.
I wouldn't suggest you being online. If you got your game and you playing like offline, okay, but you still should be present because even if a lot of times, and again, I don't know, I don't even think it's not the doctor you're seeing that's coming in and out. It's like nurses. You see the doctor when it's time to have your child, your kid, right? You might see him like once or twice, you know what I'm saying? And then even then, like we had different doctors because they come in different shifts, right? So now it's like, if you're not aware, you can't like.
You missing stuff.
Yeah, you feel me? Then like, you want the mother of your child to be as comfortable as possible, right? So like she shouldn't have to be like, asking questions like that's my job. Like I'm gonna be here to be security. I'm gonna be here to be the like authority, whatever. Like I'm gonna be here to make sure everything good. So that's the least of your worries. So like you having a game, I just don't see how that happens. You know what I'm saying? Like you might get tired, but like I was up, bro. Like I said, because the shifts and then they don't fucking commit. I wouldn't go on and on. They don't communicate because then, think about it. Like the day shift leave.
Because the
day shift leave without telling the night shift. Then the night shift come in saying something totally different.
They were supposed to write the board.
Bro, they are supposed to, bro.
And that's the thing.
Bro, but they don't, bro. They be lazy. So like the day shift leave. Think about it. They trying to get home. They leave. They told you one thing, and then the night shift coming in, and then they telling you another thing. It's like, yo, y'all just told me this. So I don't see how to get. I don't think I'm not gonna judge you, but I don't think it's a smart idea because anything happen, you're supposed to be aware, you're supposed to be attentive, bro. Like for real. Like I ain't trying to say this to like pander or nothing like that. I'm just being real, bro. Because when I was there,
why are we worried about that?
No, I'm just saying.
Get you a Nintendo Switch if you really, or bring an iPad, bring a computer, so you can like if you want to play something simple, bro. But like bringing a whole ass game is. Again, where are your priorities? Like, unless the mother of your child said, "Can you bring this? Because I want to play Grand Theft Auto while I'm laboring." I just feel like, what's the point?
But you do have to learn though, because I wouldn't have known that. Like, I just don't play games, but I wouldn't. They do. Like the doctors do tell you, pack a bag for a couple of days so you can be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like they do say that. So if you don't know, I'm not blaming it. But after my experience, I wouldn't suggest it because it's just, bro. Like you gotta be attentive.
I think. With everything that y'all talked about earlier, with like the maternal health and everything in that capacity, that's the number one reason why, right?
Yeah.
Like you just don't know what your significant other, your partner is going through or something in that capacity, and you just got to dot your I's and cross your T's. You know,
and that's another part though. So, not to keep going too deep into it, but that's another part. Now we talking about, and we can say if it's right or wrong, but now how does that look optically, right?
Yeah.
And how does she feel? Because now it's like. you get to have fun while I'm laying here, right?
That matters.
Yeah, and that does matter. Like,
yeah,
she might, I don't want to say be jealous, but she might feel a way that like, damn, you get to play your game, right?
Yeah,
like,
imagine
while
me,
I'm sitting here,
I'm contracting every couple minutes.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? So like,
that's crazy.
Again, like, I just don't think it's worth it, right? Now, you might have a relationship where she don't care, right?
Yeah.
But even still, she could say she don't care. Unless y'all had like a couple kids, cool. She know exactly what she want. And I'm not saying that women don't know, but if it's her first kid, she might think she don't care. Then she get in that motherfucker. Yeah. And it's different. So I just wouldn't suggest it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I just wouldn't suggest it.
Like we've been talked in kind of detail about how quickly things can happen. Like, it's just like I said, you should be preparing for that part of it, not
it could be cool.
This finna be so boring. I need to bring my game. Like, no, nigga, you finna go have a kid.
Yeah,
life's about to change.
And what they say, it literally can go from 0 to 100 real quick. Like, no point of 10. Like, literally, like, man, that shit. I feel like they did us dirty, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
But you know what the sad thing about that is that, like, what you're describing isn't an anomaly
at all.
Like, I was actually shocked. I'm talking to my sister. I'm like, yo, make sure they're doing this, that, and the third, because I've heard so many of these experiences. And she's like, no, they're great. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're actually taking care of me, like, and they're asking all the right questions. But actually, it's more of a norm as to, like, the experience that you
that's a shame.
are talking about. Mm-hmm. But it's like, are they equipped?
They should be.
I don't feel like these hospitals are equipped.
And
like,
then
there's a lot of
like,
things in that capacity.
I'm sorry, bro. Like, I think that was another problem. Like, y'all give us a date and then y'all don't got the beds.
That's like, what I'm saying.
We gotta wait for the beds. Like, what do you mean? Why you give us a date? Let us go home then. Like, let's go home.
It's a lot of things that go into it. And I don't like to only talk about how healthcare workers treat, because it's really just not, it's not just one thing. It's a whole bunch of things. Maternity wards are notoriously understaffed.
That's
right?
what I was about to say. Yeah.
And people are always having babies. That's one thing that is consistent. Is folks gonna have some babies, right? And so, and not to get political, but we're gonna get political real quick. To put in perspective, over the last couple of years, we've seen rollback on certain maternal things, so such as abortion rights, right? People don't think about how abortion bans contribute to the downfall of maternity wards. So when you put in these abortion bans that are ridiculous, right? We can talk about the morality later. Let's just talk about it logistically. You're putting in an abortion ban that has no nuance because you don't really understand how labor and delivery works. So what happens is doctors can no longer do their jobs properly because abortion is a part of healthcare. It's a part of maternal health care. There are women that have to get these abortions, these DNCs, to survive, right? And if legally these doctors cannot perform these tasks and these duties, you know what's happening? Doctors are leaving because they literally cannot do their job, right? Doctors have oaths to do no harm, but if you cannot give a woman a DNC to save her life, you're doing harm. So there's a more morality balance right there too. There are these laws are severely impacting maternal wards, so much so that we have labor and delivery units shutting down. And there are women who have to drive 45 minutes to an hour to get to a labor and delivery unit. That is not okay. You should not have to drive an hour and a half to deliver your baby. You know how much can happen in an hour and a half to get to a hospital? So there's so many things that go in play, right? A lot of people don't choose labor and delivery as a specialty. We have a scarcity of nurses, right? Just in general. So if we have a scarcity of nurses all around, we definitely have a scarcity of nurses in labor and delivery. There's so many things that go into play. We can talk about the systemic racism within healthcare. And the thing is, people don't really understand how medical racism works. We have a really warped view of medical racism. A lot of Black folks specifically think that medical racism is more so, oh, the doctors are trying to give you medicine so that you can die. That's not how medical racism works. It's just not.
Being neglect as well. Yeah.
Neglect is actually the majority of how medical racism works. They're just ignoring you. You're not getting the treatment that you actually need. You're not getting the medication that you need. And so Black folks have this scarcity mindset of the hospital. They don't want to go. And rightfully so. We have I understand why we have this mistrust of medical staff. But with labor and delivery, there's all these things that go into play, and you put on top of that all of the medical things that can happen within labor and delivery. You also have to think about when you're laboring, a nurse is not consistently in the room. A nurse comes in and checks on you, right? Yeah. But that nurse has 10 to 15 other patients, right? So that's why I say it's not just so much that these nurses don't care about you. That's not it, right? Now, there are some that don't, for sure. But that's not really what's happening. It is very difficult for a nurse to be completely attentive to you because they have to worry about all of these patients,
they
right?
got priority, like somebody like if you don't have contractions and somebody else do, or if your contractions might be at a low, like
there's so many things. So when they're at the table, when they're at their desk, they have 20, 30 charts that they have to monitor, right? We just don't have enough nurses. And that's why I say you need doulas to advocate, because I know how to read those charts, right? I know how to read what's going on. I know how to say your baby's in D-cell right now. I know when to call the nurse. So there's that barrier there, because I know that the nurses cannot be in here the entire time, but I'm going to be in here the entire time. So all of these things go into play. And it's a lot.
But doulas are expensive though.
I was about to ask that question. Like,
they can be.
So now it's like, how many can afford?
And so here's my next point. I think that being a doula is a job. It is a profession that you should not get into if you want to make money, because there's an ethical part there. Because I think that as a doula, we should be in it for the advocacy. Now, I definitely think that you should be paid for your work no matter what. Whatever service you provide, you deserve to be paid for it. However, when I went to doulamatch.com, which is basically where you can go to find a doula, I was just trying to see because I'm trying to figure out how to price myself. So I was looking to see, like, what's the average price. I've seen some doulas on there charging an ungodly amount of money for a doula. And I'm like, this is unethical to me, and I don't think that you're a good doula, period. I'm sorry. Because I don't think that you're in it for the right reason.
Like, what's an ungodly rate?
She was charging upwards almost to $10,000. That was her top rate for like the full package, which is just like, you're bullshitting.
But I don't, it's crazy. Like, I don't think that's a lot. Granted, like what y'all do, and I think it should be a space. And so what I would say is, I have no idea. But when I'm thinking about jobs like this, I think doulas should have some sort of, like, you shouldn't go through your doula when it comes to the prices. Like, I feel like that should be like some type of staffing agency, so you don't have to, I think you should be paid for your time. I do think this, and maybe because I'm an entrepreneur, like, I do think you should. And $10,000, like, it's people out there that get $10,000 to go and speak for 30 minutes. You know
the reason it is you have to think about it from this perspective. The people that need doulas the most cannot afford that.
But that's why I say, I think it should be some type of medium where, like going to school, we got financial aid, right? Like, I don't know if it's like, some type of assistance.
Does insurance cover doulas?
Sometimes, and sometimes most insurances don't cover doulas.
And given what you're saying, like how you breaking it down, I think, and given my experience, I think doulas, I don't want to say should be mandatory, but I think it should be highly recommended, because like, just as me, I was super present. And it's still some things that I just don't understand. You
don't work in the medical field.
Yeah, or not even just that. Like, just to be there to, like, console my woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I'm looking at it differently.
And the thing is, there's something you can do that I can't, right? Yeah. So there needs to, what I call it is your labor team. Because that's what it is. It's a team. We're building your labor team. So you are there as a support partner. There's something that you can give your partner that I can't give, because there's a relationship there, right? And then I'm here as your medical advocate, right? And I'm there to instruct you and to teach you and help you plan and prep. And your medical staff is there just as such, your medical staff, to provide you with the medical know-how and to actually, deliver your child and things like that. And all together, we create your labor team, and that's how it should be. A lot of doulas, myself included, are currently trying to work on the back end of legislation, because if we don't even have abortion rights, I guarantee you they don't give a fuck about doula, bringing doulas into the hospital. But yes, doulas should be a part of every single labor and delivery. Point blank.
I definitely see the benefit. So a part of that big package, does she stay with them? Like, does she go and, like, stay with them, or?
It was fluff. A lot of the things. That's why I said I know it was bullshit.
Does most doulas come and stay with the person or no?
During labor?
Well, before, like, I guess.
What's the duration or the timeline?
Yeah.
So typically for a labor doula, you're there for the duration of labor.
Okay.
And then for me, because I'm a labor doula, after I stay up until that first breastfeeding, because I'm also a lactation consultant, so I want to make sure everything goes well with that first latch, and then also just to make sure that initial postpartum period is secure, because immediately after delivery, like once that placenta come out, there's that danger zone as well, as far as having a low blood pressure leading into bleeding out, and I want to make sure that those red flags are not ignored. So I stay up until that first latch, which is typically an hour or two post-delivery. I give them a reminder. Make sure you're attentive of this. Make sure you're attentive of that. Everything's good. I'm making sure your levels are right. Baby's good. Like, I need to put eyes on baby. I'm going to put eyes on everything. Let's make sure the first latch goes good. And then at that point, I'm done. And then I do another postpartum check-in probably like a week after, to make sure everything is going good. Do you have any other questions? And then from there, but I build relationships with my clients where to this day, my clients who got kids who are 2 can call me. That's just how I operate. But it depends. There's also people who are postpartum doulas. They specifically come in after you have the kid to assist with lactation and things like that to help your postpartum period.
They have a I don't know, I forgot exactly what is the term, but they, like, you could hire somebody from, it usually be like overseas. And like it's like a stay-in nanny.
Like a midwife or something?
Au pair?
Au pair. Oh. Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I was this close to getting one of them. Like, that shit is dope as hell. Like, you gotta have space though. You would, like, they usually be overseas, right? Like, you pay, and it's not nothing crazy.
There's au pairs in America.
Well, I guess it's cheaper. I guess because, like,
probably because the labor laws.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You get them to come over here, and they live with you.
Yeah,
and like I guess you pay them like. I guess it's a site. It's not nothing. It wasn't like insane. I think it was like 30,000 or 20. It wasn't an insane amount of money. But I'm like, man, this is dope. Like,
and
what the hell?
Like, basically just help with the child.
Yeah.
From how long? What's the duration? That's the question I'm gonna keep.
What's
like
the
duration?
I was
gonna say it depends on what you need. Like, it
depends
like a year,
on,
because for postpartum doulas, I think that determines what you need, right? For some postpartum doulas come in just on the nighttime tip, right? They'll literally come in at like from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. so that y'all can sleep in, and now you've already pumped enough milk or whatever, or maybe I'll just give you the baby to feed, and then I take the baby and put it back to sleep, and I'm cleaning the house. There's another world out there, guys. No, there's options.
Well, I think you should. That's fire. That's fire. But come on, let's not be lazy in parenting, because like a part of that builds like that love, that connection.
Yeah, but you also have to think about. The postpartum
hard.
period is when a lot of women develop postpartum psychosis, postpartum anxiety and depression. And if you can have another person in there to kind of help assist in those things, it can absolutely bring those rates down. So that's really the kind of the purpose of a postpartum doula, is to kind of mitigate that, which is a part that a lot of people don't talk about, which is very, very serious and can lead to some really bad stuff.
Things. Yeah. So how long is that? I know we gotta get to shit, but how long is that postpartum?
Postpartum period?
Yeah.
Postpartum
typically
can last up to 2 years.
2 years?
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was 2 years. That's crazy.
It can.
You gotta think about, and then like not even just like, again, you can correct me if anything is like wrong. It's not even just that. You gotta understand like the not the side effects, but like the trickle down effects from it, right? Because like, let's say you had postpartum, right, and then how you feel after that can be a part of the postpartum. Like, that shit can last like literally for more than 2 years, because now you're talking about, let's say probably what you didn't do or what you did do because of the postpartum, and then like you got to deal with that. Now, like this is a direct outcome of the postpartum, right? Like so that's all crazy. Of that matters.
It's a lot.
Yeah, you know
it's a lot
like,
that people don't talk about, and it's a lot that goes into having kids, obviously, right? And so you also have to think about it like this: your body is going through physical. These are physical things. These are physiological things that manifest sometimes mentally. So your body is going through a physiological change for 10 months, right? To prep and prepare and to grow a human. And that is a lot. So many different things can change, right? Some things don't go back, right? Some things change forever. So we can talk about of course, the body things, right? That's things that we already know, but there's things that also happen internally. There are people who develop allergies, who develop illnesses and things like that from pregnancy. Your teeth can fall out from pregnancy. Hello?
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of things that happen. And then on top of that, afterwards, if you decide to breastfeed,
your breast
let me tell you something about breastfeeding.
That shit get to bite. They'll bite you sometimes. That shit hurt. Like,
and my son never really got to the bottle. I'm talking about I'm nursing for almost 2 years.
In public, that shit, and people like judge you and speaking like
it's a lot.
Like, but that's why I'm gonna just put a little tidbit in there. I don't want this, like, even for the guys that's listening to this. This isn't an excuse for bad behavior though. Like, postpartum is real. But it isn't. Because I talk about weaponizing, like, emotions. It's not an excuse for bad behavior. Like, I just want to make that clear. That's it.
Why you rolling your eye?
Because she's a woman. But
you said because she's a woman.
No, it's just no. I think it's two different conversations, and I do want to be clear with that. And because I
guess, what do you quantify as bad behavior? Leaving it open ended.
Yeah, okay. that ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, because I ain't trying to be insensitive, but I do think people will hear this and they be like, I think they associate postpartum with like I don't even just bad actions, and I just don't think that's fair.
What I will say is this, because I think there's just a lack of understanding for women who deal with postpartum ailments, right? To be clear, postpartum is just the period after birth, right? So you could deal with postpartum depression, like I said, postpartum psychosis, which is more rare, but it's very real and it's very scary. Postpartum anxiety. You can develop post-eclampsia, like we were talking about earlier. It's a lot, right? And it's something that is not. It's not something that you can necessarily control. And so I think that there's just a lack of understanding for women who are dealing with that. And I think that if more people could just understand that, like I say, it can last up to 2 years, number one. But your body is going through physical changes that can manifest mentally. Okay. And so if we all, men and women alike, can have a level of empathy for women who are dealing with that, I think that it can change the way you interact with those people. I'm not saying that you getting slapped around after birth is okay. Like, obviously don't do that. But the way in which you interact with a woman who's pregnant and just had a baby says a lot about you as well. So that's something that you need to consider. Maybe I don't need to pick a fight. Maybe I can be a little bit understanding that this is a trying time, and just lead with empathy is all I'm saying. I'm not saying excuse. I'm saying lead with empathy.
I think that's true too.
Yeah.
I think both is true.
Two things can be true at one time, you know? Two things can be true at a time.
Yes, duality.
What we got, man?
The shits.
Hey, we get a nice shirt, bro. What kind of shirt is this?
I don't know.